Today, we are going to solve the problem about collisions and conservation of momentum in one-dimensional motion. From the illustration, we can see that there is car crash, rear-end collision. And the problem is Mr. Brown was stopped at a red light in his Cadillac. Mr. Green in a Nissan rear-ended Mr. Brown as he drove up to the stoplight. Unfortunately, Mr. Brown was injured from the accident. Mr. Brown sued Mr. Green to make him pay his medical bills. Mr. Green testified that he was only going 14.5 meters per second when he hit Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown believes that Mr. Green was going much faster than that. There was a police investigation of the accident scene. The cars skidded together after the impact, and measurement of the length of the skid marks and the coefficient of friction indicated that their combined velocity immediately after the impact was 9.25 meters per second. Mr. Green Nissan has a mass of 1,589 kilograms, and Mr. Brown's Cadillac has a mass of 2,090 kilograms. Is Mr. Green telling the truth? This accident is a one-dimensional collision event. In the first step, we have to identify what information is given from the question, then write it down. Given. The velocity of Mr. Brown's Cadillac before the collision, Phoebe, equals 0 because it stopped at the red light. The testified velocity of Mr. Green Nissan before the collision, VGT, equals 14.5 meters per second. The velocity of both cars after the collision, V apostrophe, equals 9.25 meters per second. The mass of Green's Nissan MG equals 1,589 kilograms. And the mass of Brown's Cadillac MD equals 2,490 kilograms. Then we have to identify what is being asked in the problem and write it down. Required. The actual velocity of Mr. Green's Nissan before the collision VG is solution is when Mr. Green's Nissan rear-ended Mr. Brown Cadillac, the collision is perfectly inelastic because the cars skidded together after the impact. In this collision, momentum is conserved by kinetic energy is not conserved. So, using the conservation of momentum, the actual velocity of Mr. Green Nissan before the collision VG is, we know that the total momentum before the collision equals the total momentum after the collision. Then we operate the equation to find the actual velocity of Mr. Green Nissan before the collision. After the operation, we get the equation for the actual velocity of Mr. Green Nissan before the collision. Okay, this equation. Then, subtitled The variable values the result is the actual velocity of Mr. Green Nissan equals 23.7 meter per second. Based on the testimony of Mr. Green, the velocity of his Nissan before the collision was 14.5 meter per second, but in fact, the velocity of his Nissan before the collision was around 23.7 meter per second. So, Mr. Green is not telling the truth because Mr. Green's Nissan was going much faster than that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next problem solution.